What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Burndown YouTube channel. We are out here today, and hopefully what we're trying to do is start on the wheel tubs. So let me show you around. I've been out here for a little bit, got my rattle can on, and we essentially finished up everything in the trunk area. Wow, these freaking flies or whatever those are really like the spray paint. So maybe we can stick a couple of them to it for good luck. So this is where the ice box mounts. This is where the fuel cell mounts. I made a little feet, rounded the edges off. So if we get it in and out and work, I'll probably leave this stuff out while we do the tubs, so I have easier access. So obviously I can't climb on this stuff now at this point, and I can kind of stand in here, but we're not going to wreck ourselves on sharp edges, hopefully, because that's not fun. And then in the last video, it was funny. I had this and I made the little arms. I got them over there. I painted them. And I bolted it down. And then I went to move the thing, or what, I leaned on it, and it moved a little bit. I was like, man. So I kind of laughed. So instead of making like a bar, you know, like a cross for the thing, because I have the stringers that come up, I made these little feet. So I just cut a piece of tubing in half. So now when you sink that in there, it rests against this, and then it's held down so it can't slide, obviously, over that. So simple solution. We'll see how it works. But here's my little pieces that mount to the side of the box, and then these are the guys that actually physically hold it down. So that is out of the way. Now let me make sure I'm going to post what I think I do up there, and then the goal is to not spray any more paint because all these bugs are coming out of nowhere. I don't know if you guys can see those on camera, but they weren't here 2 seconds ago. They look like gnats. So yeah, those stupid things. But wheel tubs, we got to fill this area back in with some form of a tub, so that way the tire stays in there. So that's what we're going to work on today. We're going to figure out kind of how to go about doing that. I don't know, I haven't really looked it up too much, but I've already thought of a couple different ways to do it, but I just want to do the easiest thing, the easiest way to do it. So I think we're going to try to make like the inside portion first, and then just put a piece across that, and then just make it like in a 2-piece deal. I was thinking about, like, you know, a nice radius edge or whatever, but ultimately I don't really care. I don't care if somebody looks at it and there's like a squared off edge or a radius edge. We're not building a show car, we're building a race car, and I want to get from A to Z as quickly as possible. So I think we'll do the inside panels first, like the big radius, and then we'll figure out how to cover that. We'll call that a wheel tub. So we're gonna mess with it. I'll kind of think on my feet and do it as we go, because I haven't really planned it out. But let's get started. We'll get the poster board out. I'll kind of start messing with some stuff. We'll bring you back when I have some sort of an idea or measurement on what we're gonna accomplish, and then we'll drag some sheet steel out in the driveway here. It's a beautiful day, and we're going to cut some things up and hopefully make some progress. You guys keep it locked. Let's get rolling. So I've already spent a bit of time, and I thought initially I would start with the radius, you know, which would be like the half circle on the hump, you know, for the wheel well. But when you get in here, I just kind of plasmid all this. So this edge isn't really straight, and then I had the piece in here, and I was looking at the height, and I kind of got an idea. But I think a better way to facilitate that is going to be to straighten this edge up, right? So what I'm going to do is we are going to make a big strip here. I'm going to cut this out, and then we're going to form this to the edge here, right? So then we'll have a straight edge that I can position where I want it. So then when we stick the circle piece in there, I have something to trace, and it'll make life easier. So again, I'm doing this on the fly. I've already spent quite a bit of time trying to imagine what the simplest way for me to do that's going to be. So I make a couple strips, put it in, and then we'll see if I can make kind of like the round piece or whatever, and we'll maybe bring you back and keep you posted. But again, it's the old thought process that freaking takes forever, man. Once I get the idea and I figure out exactly how I'm going to execute, that part's not too hard, but it's the stumbling around and coming up with that. So we'll keep rolling. Figure I would share this part with you guys because we got some full-on hillbilly engineering going on. So So this is the tool that I made, and I made the steel strap and then cleat-coat it in. That way we could do repeatable measurements and placements and things like that. So that's what those cleat-coats do. Once you make a hole, I can take this out and put it back in. It always goes in the same spot, right? So you're not guessing. I got one on this side too, although we got a lot more rot over here, so I figure we'll just start with the easy side and put that in, and then I trace that bottom line so we have the shape of this guy. And then I used my awesome tool and put it on the tire and then ran it so we have a rough circumference on the inside of this for the shape, and then we can fudge that to give it extra space. And then this thing is jacked all the way up, so this is all the way up in there, pretending like the shock is bottomed out, right? That's not ride height, that would be the shock bottomed out. So you figure the tire again is all the way up. We made our piece. I fudged the thing like so. I put it on there and just did a quick little radius. And the reason I didn't trace from this side is because the tire kind of rounds off, so I want to get off the center. It's not a perfect measurement, but it'll give me the radius, and then we can grow this as we need to. That should kind of give me an inside panel. So let me pull it out of there and I'll show you what the shape kind of looks like, and then we'll keep rolling. But I'm just winging this stuff as we go. And then the other thing too is, this is why they cut all this stuff out on like a regular race car, and they just pin it on. Because if I hacked all this out of the way, because you can see, you know, it dictates height, and then this thing's not stable, so this is gonna have to get welded back into the tub. So it just makes life a little more difficult. But let me pull everything out, kind of show you what we look like. Start on the ground because I don't have a good sized table. So this is that shape of the opening, and then on the back side, there you go. That's what that tire, that's what the side of this panel is seeing for the top of the tire, allegedly, right? And then obviously we got some room to fudge it. So I'll just come up off the top of this. Probably, I'd say, I don't know, maybe we start with like 2 inches and then fit it and see if that's too much. We could, but I know this is like the, you know, the bare minimum, I would say, but I don't really want it to touch it. The thing bottoms out. Really don't want to bottom it out anyway, but we'll mess with it, kind of stuff it back in, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. And then I'll read the comment section after this video, and someone will be like, oh, well, this is how you're supposed to do it. I'll be like, oh, I knew it. All right, let's go. Okay, I cut the shape out. We'll give you an eyeball of it. So that is roughly, from an eyeball standpoint, 2 inches larger than the tire, again at full compression. So that should give us plenty of room. I don't know if you can kind of eyeball the paper here to the top of that, you know. So I think we can go kind of straight across from this guy to that dude there, and then straight back, right? And then just come around and make it happen, Captain. So I think if we make that, look at it from this side too. So it's something like that. It's funny because this gets close in here and then this is way up. So maybe we can, I'll come in here and kind of fudge this angle, because there's no reason to have this thing protruding into the car that far. We can go straight to this guy, so maybe we'll come straight across with whatever this angle is. We'll bring it down. So that way we can just come down and, I don't know, we'll fudge it. But yeah, I don't want this to be a big block in here when the tire's not even that far up, and I think this would suffice. And again, this is at full in, because when it goes down, it's gonna go away from this anyway. We got a solid inch right there. So that is how I'm gonna do the wheel tub. I'll fit it against that side too, just to see, because that would be really cool if I could just slide this over and kill 2 birds with 1 stone. But let me keep rolling on this. Maybe we'll make, I could probably make one of those. Let me double check it against that other side over there, and then I'll cut one of these out of sheet steel, and that would be pretty sweet. And then that thing will be rigid, and I'll have a good idea. So let me fudge this a little bit, maybe cut out a sheet steel, and we'll show you how that fits. But so far, so good. Done Dun, da, da, da. Ta-da! Alright, so that is where I'm gonna basically leave off for today. You can tell that this is obviously larger than the tire. Everything's just clecoed in place. So I made little tabs on this guy so I could hold, you know, the outer piece and cleco the thing, and then same on here, there's a tab holding it to this one. And again, you can see if that was all put together, that'd make for real easy welding. You could just grab some good spot welds, rip your clecos out, and then go to town on this bad boy. So yeah, I'll show you what it looks like from the other side. But man, dreaming these things up, it just takes a lot of effort and time. And then, you know, I got my driveway loaded with stuff. I got junk there. I had to dig a bunch of stuff out of the back. So I think part of that too, not really being set up to do this kind of stuff. But slow and steady wins the race, right? So that's how it turned out over here. And then if it's not obvious yet, we can just take a piece straight across, right? And then this thing, the same. So I kind of changed that radius like I told you guys I would. Then I can bend this up a little bit with some pliers or whatever, and then we'll just grab a straight piece. So that should be, I mean, we could pretty much, you know, and then just use this as another little part. So I think it'll look good. I'll go up and over. I was debating, you know, doing some beads on there, like bead rolling thing, but I don't know. I think we're cool. It's just race car, right? I don't feel like digging the equipment out. I have a bead roller stuff back in there, but I think it'll be fine. We'll see. We'll see what kind of mood I'm in. But that is that for today. I got a crazy mess going. The sun is going down. I don't want to be out here in the dark cleaning stuff up. So hopefully we'll see if I got a little bit more time to get back after it tomorrow. But I'm pretty excited we got the black paint on stuff. I think after I turn the camera off, I'll assemble my little box with the painted pieces and everything and keep all the painted pieces with it. So we'll keep them out of here for now. But essentially this looks good. The paint all dried. So I'm happy with that too. And then I'm happy with how this has come along. Just, like I said, take some time. I want to make sure, yeah, we're low enough that I can cut this and weld it. That'll be nice. I can make a little cut, weld this to the top of that, and same with this guy when we get the piece that goes across. So that'll be cool. And then this one I cut it a little funky, so we'll just have to extend it and we'll see where that lands. But then that way I have bracing for the trunk. And then we'll run gas struts because I cut these little guys. So, all right, I gotta get after it. You guys know what to do. Like, subscribe, share. I really appreciate you guys hanging out and watching. And this thing looks awesome, man. And it's gonna be, it should be everything we're building it for. And hopefully we do well in the hot rod class. We make it to race week early next year. Hopefully we can get this thing tested. LS Fest West, we should bring this thing out and we should be banging on it. So if you're local and you're in the area where you're planning on coming to LS Fest West next year, come out, say hi. Till next time, I'm out.